time you get to be Spider-Man, because it would be the best feeling in the world.
I'll take one.
One of the coolest things about this movie is that we've seen the god, we've seen the soldier, we've seen the billionaire. Now it's time to see the kid and see what he can do.
Peter, you still with us?
Yeah.
You got hard, kid. Where you from?
Queens.
Brooklyn.
Spider-Man and Peter Parker are two very different characters, but one of the important things is making sure that little parts of each bleed into each other. We've always trying to find little moments where Spider-Man can be seen in Peter Parker when we can see Peter Parker through the mask. And we really get to explore a kid having fun. What's up, everybody?
Tom is enthusiastic and bright and gifted and a very physically talented guy. It's just the right combination of elements that were required to really make an exciting new play of this.
So, to become an Avenger, are there like trials or any of you?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little...
Spider-Man is the closest to what John has created. I think that version of Peter Parker in that story arc is very similar. And I think just in the artwork and how they sort of modernize that character is a real influence for us for what we've been creating here.
The big secret ingredient is John Watts, because he comes from where Peter Parker comes from.
I really, really remember what it was like to be 15, 16, 17, and everything is an 11. Talking to a girl is just as stressful as trying to get into college, which is just as stressful as taking down a supervillain. Storyteller. Now we can just have fun with, I think, what makes Spider-Man unique. He's very powerful, and that he has a secret identity.
Gotta keep it a secret.
Okay.
Swear it, okay?
I don't think I can keep this a secret. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
I can't believe this is happening right now.
When Peter Parker initially is going on his adventures as Spider-Man, he wears sweatpants and a sweatshirt with sort of a crudely sewn sweat hood and these irising goggles that he's built out of parts that he's scavenged.
Can you even see in these? He's taken a continued interest in Mr. Parker, and as usual is kind of helping him up his game.
The idea that the Spider-Man suit could be Stark Tech really just opened up the door to a lot of really great stuff.
How'd you find me? Did you put a tracker in my suit or something?
I put everything in your suit, including this heater.
There's even a little spider drone.
Has that been there the whole time? That's awesome. The suit is one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me in my whole life. Wearing that suit for the first time was just a dream come true. And I still to this day can't really believe that it's happened.
Can I try the suit on? This is awesome.
So, Zendaya, what is the most iconic part of Spider-Man? Robert Downey Jr. I think you'll find it's actually... Back after a quick break with more Spider-Man gadgets, his relation to the Marvel Universe as a whole, Michael Keaton as the infamous Vulture,
Robert Downey Jr.
And yes, Robert Downey Jr.
So fans guide to Spider-Man Homecoming.
Here we are in front of the Avengers Tower.
That's right, we teleported, but we can't show you the device we use because that is a Stark secret.
Well, you know, if we started spoiling Tony's secrets, he wouldn't be very happy. So let's just help you guys catch up. If you like Spider-Man kicking butt in Civil War, the very beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming will give you his side of the story surrounding that event.
For all the fans out there, you're going to get Peter's background story leading up to and continuing after the battle in Civil War, and it's all straight from footage on his phone.
We pick up...
This film is an origin story in that we see how Spider-Man begins to become the icon and legend that we all know as Spider-Man.
Just gotta do this on my own.
But we come at it in a different way. He's been Spider-Man for at least 6 months when we meet him.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man! Delta, right?
Call me Spider-Man!
Okay, Spider-Man! Don't slip! Yeah!
We don't do the spider bite. We don't do the death of Uncle Ben. We've seen that before.
I know you sneak out of this house every night. That's not fine.
There's a whole new way of telling his story. This Peter is on the periphery of the world that Tony's
Experiencing everything with Peter as it's happening.
I get to keep the suit?
This does not mean you're an Avenger, in case you were wondering.
At the beginning of the movie, Peter loves being Spider-Man, and he doesn't love being Peter Parker. Peter Parker sort of represents everything that he was, which to him is just a weird, outsidery, science-y nerd dork. And now he has this whole new future life ahead of him being a superhero.
Can you summon an army of spiders?
But what he hasn't done is come to terms with who Peter Parker is, which is a core of every coming-of-age story is finding out who you really are.
This is my chance to prove myself. The whole movie, Peter's trying to prove himself to Tony, to prove to him that he is ready to be an Avenger. He is old enough to take on bigger tasks. And in doing so, Spider-Man stumbles across these high-tech weapons performances and the tone of the movie is that even though these fight scenes are incredibly scary,
The Spider-Man side of it, it should still be a really great, moving, funny, emotional coming-of-age story. Are you an Avenger?
yeah, basically. Whoa! Now we're in Hollywood, Zendaya.
I mean, yeah. You can tell by the big sign that says,
But wait a minute. Why are we in Hollywood?
well, I'm guessing that this is the cast section.
Oh yeah, duh. That's what brought this movie to life, was the amazing cast. We got to work with the legendary talent Marissa Tomei, Michael Keaton,
And Robert Downey Jr.
Take it easy, take it easy.
Sorry, I'm just a big fan.
Yeah, but he's kind of like my mentor, so... For once, Peter gets to have a good friend who knows his secret, someone who gets to be in on the experience of being Spider-Man, someone who can be his guy in the chair.
Aww, BFF.
It's more like BFFLs, but whatever.
Nerd.
Hey, Peter Parker proves that you can be a nerd and be cool, and I think Ned does the same thing in his own way. The whole cast, when we're all together, it's been such a delight. So I almost see Ned as a sort of shrink, you know, someone he could just really let out to.
Why is it like being famous when nobody knows it's you? It's crazy. Should we tell everyone?
No. Zendaya plays a character called Michelle.
You guys are losers.
Then why do you suppose?
Because I don't have any friends.
And she is a sort of weird, dorky, kind of closed-off character.
Am I?
But she seems to follow Peter and Ned around quite a lot. She's really brought something very cool to that character, something very marvelous Flash. They have this really funny back and forth.
You can't just quit on us, stroll up, and be welcomed back by everyone.
Hey, welcome back, Peter. Flash, you're back to first alternate.
What?
But he is so much like himself in the movie. It's crazy. Tony's so funny.
I feel like I'm actually becoming more and more like my character. I'm always like the guy that you're like, Flash, right?
Yeah, kind
And in real life now it's like, Tony, right? I grew up a comic book nerd. It's kind of like a dream come true to be a part of Spider-Man.
None of this is real.
It's real, buddy.
Love you guys.
It's real.
You can get any girl in the world, you know, because you're a superhero. And it's quite interesting to play those scenes knowing that you as a character have that golden ticket, but you can't play it. She's played by Laura Harrier, who's fantastic. This is really important to you.
This is my future. She is really driven and smart. She's a senior, so she's a bit older. Everyone else is a sophomore, so she's kind of like the wise, like, popular girl in school. Can't bail a week before nationals. We've had so much fun on set together. We've become really good friends. It's just like a great experience working with him.
I'm sorry. Gotta go.
Casting the character of Aunt May, we started saying, well, wouldn't an aunt be a little more like a big sister or someone much closer?
She would be Peter Parker's aunt. Like, even our writers, when they were first pitching their take on it, they were like, think Marissa Tomei.
Not a fan of that Tony Stark.
So everyone was like, yeah, great.
That's nice of him.
She brings just so much life to the character. We have such a good time on set with each other.
Hope you got a few good licks in.
Yeah, I got quite a few in, actually. His friend was huge. Like, huge.
Okay, tough guy.
Big brother relationship is between Happy Hogan and Peter.
Happy's kind of your point guy in this. Don't stress him out.
Young Peter Parker, on behalf of Tony Stark, being vetted for membership in the Avengers.
One of the great tropes of coming-of-age stories is the older sibling who's always there giving you a hard time. Happy Hogan plays that role.
What's that?
Do it. I was like, that's amazing. I thought it would take like a huge amount of persuading. They were like, nope. We rang him up, we asked him, he said yes. He loved being here. He was like a happy little kid on set.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. It's a straightforward Spider-Man movie. There's always opportunities for heavy hitters dropping in to kind of support him.
I was just trying to be like you.
I want you to be better.
This one's particularly fun for me. Feels like the old band's back together again.
Those two have obviously known each other for nearly 10 years and they know what to do, and it was really nice to just be thrown in at the deep end.
The world's changing, boys.
Time we change too.
That there's detritus from all the other movies that has settled and that's hidden and that's out there. The Vulture, he was just sort of an engineer who built this wingsuit to try and collect that stuff and do something with it.
You don't understand how the world works. I found it a really interesting approach to what you all want to call a villain. He does corrupt things in order to fight what he sees as corruption, and I think he has a pretty strong argument. I think it was a really cool thing for Keaton to do, and I'm sure he will not disappoint.
Don't you interfere with my business again, because I will kill you and everybody you love.
This is a general audience program.
right, guys, to a fan's guide to Spider-Man Homecoming.
Wow. Told you the fans were crazy.
Yep, that crowd outside. Hey, can we get a sound effect for the crowd?
There we go. Well, I hope all of you watching had as much fun as that extremely real crowd is having outside.
This film is going to have that spectacle. This film is going to take Spider-Man to places out of New York City, areas we haven't seen him quite in before, so we can get these different flavors. That's going to add a freshness to it.
Well, for every set piece, I'm trying